Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is February 4th, 2023, and this is my NASDAQ 100 market review, where I'm looking at the NASDAQ 100 on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only. No trade recommendations here. As we all know, trading is risky. You can and you will lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. Also, get educated. Contact us here at Right Side Trading or contact me and see if we can help you see this market. And let me show you what I see now on the NASDAQ. First of all, let's just take a quick look at this daily thing. You know, I've had this. If you've been watching my videos, you know I've had this little bar up here for forever, thinking the market was going to come to this level and have a hard time. And look what it did. It ended up trying to gap over it. What are they trying to do? This is what some of us call an amateur gap. You know, they missed out, so they try to get they want to get into the market. They get in it higher. It goes a little bit higher, then it ends up coming back down. It came back down just a little bit. It ended up green, came back into the zone. This market still can go back up, but now I really kind of expect this market to come down. I was expecting it to come down more on Monday. It was 100 points higher than where it's at, right where it actually ended up closing at. Oh, looking at the future market. I was also looking at the future market at the time because the guy that I trade, we trade the future contract, and he was already short. And I was kind of like saying, nope, I'm not in it. Yeah, it's probably going to come back down into this area, but I don't know when. It came down after we had talked. I went off to work doing some other things. By the end of the day, it was 100 points lower than where it was at. Because I remember it was at like 70, it was something 70s, and it was down another 170s. It dropped. It dropped over 100 points from the time that we were talking. But that's the whole thing. When you come looking at the market and you understand the market that you're actually trading, you kind of have these expectations and you kind of know how the traders are. You kind of understand what's going on in the market, and you see things like this, and you kind of you almost want to say you know what's going to happen, because like I said, he was short. He was heavily short, and I was really kind of surprised. We had already saw it didn't make a higher high. It had a lower, it had a lower high and already had the lower low. The question was it going to come down even lower from where it was at that time in the day? That's all I really want to say about that. But let's go ahead and look at the whole rest of the bigger picture and see what's going on. It was just kind of nice the way we were kind of looking at the market. The NASDAQ on the quarterly chart, of course, is green. It looks like it's turning around, but it hasn't got back above this 10 moving average right here. And as long as it's still below this, we still kind of cautiously bullish. I like the way Wally said that one night, cautiously bullish, because you see that the market is making a pattern. You get, based on your indicators and your system that you're using, you may already be in some trades, and also some things have already taken off. It's all based on your trading system and your trading style, but it is at a level where it can turn back based on the smaller picture. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the monthly chart. On the monthly chart, of course, the NASDAQ now has finally gotten above the 10 moving average. This is the 10 right here. I should make this a different color too. That's the 10 moving average. So again, technically on the monthly chart, when the market is above the 10, a lot of people like to say, okay, we are in a bullish market, and we did get a close above the 10. But this is just the second day of the fourth day of the month, and all. But so we got to really kind of, like most people will. Most of us who do watch that, we want to wait until the end of the month to say, okay, yes, it is the market is bullish. It's turned back bullish. And again, I like to see it. Me personally, I like to see that break that last pivot high down. And to me, this is that last pivot high down. I don't have it marked or anything like that. I can see it. I don't need to put an extra mark on there. What was more important to me at the time was this range that the market was going in. This is an area where I can set up some trades to trade above and trade below. And right now, my stochastic been pointing kind of up since last month. This probably popped in at that time. It doesn't pop in at this time right here. That's the other thing you got to understand about indicators. Indicators are always a little bit late because they're based on price and all. So, but right now, as we can see, we are starting the month of February off as in a bull market. And I like saying although some people say you can say you've been a little early, but that's the way I trade. I do not hold my trades. I do hold some things long time, but majority of my trades I'm in and out. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart, as we can see, this is the other thing on the weekly chart. The weekly chart, we was coming up. This should be my. Let me make sure this is telling you right. This is the 50. This is my 50 moving average. You got the 50 and the 200. We were coming up to the 50 and came down. I remember this was back in March of last year. And then we came up here and we couldn't break the 50. We came down. We didn't even get close to the 50 this time, and we came down. But we didn't come down as far as I was expecting us to come down. And so this kind of got me when I started seeing this. We came down into my zone and touched it twice. And then when we got above here, it was off to the races for me and plus I'm seeing a little bit of a pattern like this market wants to turn around. I play it up to my zone. And then now I'm kind of like told the guys, yeah, it should come back down, but that's when it starts coming back down. That's when I take a vacation, go ride my bike. I do something different. Or I trade. I know there's other things that I trade. I'm not going to be trading the NASDAQ, that's for sure. And too many NASDAQ stocks. I just have to just sit and wait. But that's what we see right now. As we can see, we finally broke the 50 moving average. We are above. We got above pivot and we stayed above pivot from this previous week back here, and then that lets you know that it was out to the races. And it kind of did what we expected back here. It came back and test that pivot level. Okay, are you gonna stay above pivot? Yes, it touched that and stayed above pivot, and then you're long. And you play this thing, you just manage it now. You manage it with a stop. Although the stochastic itself haven't gotten to a place to manage it with your stop, you can still, if you're late to the party and you think it's going to break this area and start going higher, that's all based on you and your trading strategy and what other indicators are giving you that indication that this market can continue going higher and maybe try to attack and break some of these other, break this last pivot low here. It's already broke that. And now, on the monthly chart, if we can get a close, above, we can close, above that 10 for the end of the month. I know a lot of other people, you look out, this market is going to be going to attack the tops if it doesn't break it, before the end of the month. So we'll be watching that, and that's what I'm looking out for right now. But as you can see, the stochastic on the weekly is almost to the top on the QQQ on the NASDAQ. So it's up to you based on your trading style. Where are you at now with your trades and looking for things to trade? And like I had said earlier on the daily picture, this is what's the thing was we kind of saw this little pattern. It was kind of like this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday we came down. We did a little pullback here. We opened above pivot, came back below pivot. Then the next day we was above pivot. Me, I like looking at my pivots, my weekly pivots, and I like because I have one of my things above pivot, stay above pivot. I want to see how it works a lot of times, but not all the times. But I know the market likes playing around pivot point. Everybody sees these numbers. Everybody has these numbers, and all that. Who knows about these numbers, and all. So when we did this was my first target. And my first target right at the bottom of my zone, I was pretty much done. And then that next day on Thursday when it gapped up, it was kind of like, oh boy, this is the amateur gap. This market is coming back down. Short the top. And my buddy, he shorts the top. I don't short the top. He was, I don't know when he got in, but I know by the end of yesterday he was profitable. And I know he didn't get out. He's the type who thinks this market is going to come at least back down here to 300 on QQQ that we're looking at. And if we were looking at a future contract, since we're here right now, let me go to a future contract and see what we're looking at. Oh, let me zoom in here right quick. Future contract, I would be looking for it to come right back down to about this level, right? And that's below 12,400, maybe close to about 12,250, but we have to kind of like wait and see. Because come next week, these should be weekly pivots. We're going to be above pivot, and if we're above pivot opening, it's all according where this market's going to open at on Sunday. If this market opens above here, we might do enough of a pullback because that's only a couple of 100 points, and as we can see, the NASDAQ can move a couple hundred points with no problem these days. So it could come back down here and test this level, and before it goes back up. So that's what I see. That's all I have to share. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week, and hope you guys are having a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.